The number one thing that you can do to help you overcome anything you are going through, if you're in a depressional state, if you're going through anxiety, if you're going through severe anxiety, if you're going through mental pain, anything that you are going through, you have to have a goal in order to climb out of that very thing that you seem you cannot crawl out of. You need to have a goal to help you aim towards. If you are in a depressional state, okay, you're in a depressional state. It's understandable. I've been there. I've been in a very dark mental state. In fact, where it led me to being on a psychiatric hold, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I understand some of those thought processes. I understand the process as to what it takes to help you overcome those negative thoughts, to help you overcome that negative experience. When I say understand, I understand. So, how does one overcome that depressional state? How does one go from point A to point B? How does someone put one foot in front of the other? You need a goal. You need something to help you. You need something to motivate you to want to move forward. You need something to ignite that inner fire to help you want to wake up to one more day. To ignite that hope, you need something to hold on to, again, to help you move forward. For me, it was creating a YouTube channel. There was something that happened within that experience, within those experiences, where a good friend of mine had inspired me to build a website spreading 5150 awareness, which, for those of you who do not know, it's a California code saying you're endangered to yourself or even others. A good friend of mine had reached out to me because I have past experience of web design, and he had told me, why don't you turn this negative experience into a positive? And I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, you know how to build a website. Why don't you build a website and spread 5150 awareness? During that conversation, we were on the phone for about roughly an hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but it was roughly an hour. And during that conversation, the one thing that I took away is, how can I turn this negative experience into a positive? Which is what they said. But I sat down and I thought about it all night. I thought about it after that conversation, and I thought about it all night. And during that night, I told myself, think bigger. And as time went on and I started going through different ideas, then I came across this idea to create my own personal brand, Victortheinspiration. Build a website talking about my story, things I have gone through, things I have learned to help me get through everything I have gone through, to help others overcome what they too are going through. Started thinking bigger in that sense. Created my website, started documenting my process, started talking about things I have gone through, started talking about things I have learned, and I even share a lot of stuff that has not only helped me within the process, but I share philosophies of mine that has helped me shift my mindset from going from a mindset of complete despair to having a sense of hope. And the thing that helped me is I started building my website. I created a YouTube channel, creating content revolving primarily around personal development and mental health content. And the reason why that helped me go from point A to point B is because I needed something that was much bigger than myself. I needed something to chase, or I needed something to do that, again, was much bigger than just me. Me creating a website, anybody can share a website, anybody can talk about their story. And yeah, some of it may help some people depending on the course of direction they decide to take their website, right? But for me, I wanted something a little bit bigger. I wanted to create a website where I not only talk about my story, but I share things I have learned in hopes that somebody will come across it and be able to resonate with my story, or maybe in a similar story, or may feel like they have it bad and they come across my story and they realize that things could be much worse. Or they could read my story and have a life way worse than I do. But there could be something that I may have said, maybe a sentence, maybe even a word, maybe a philosophy that I had quoted that paused that individual's mindset, put a halt onto everything they are going through. And they just stop to think, wow, I never looked at life from this perspective. Wow, that philosophy, that one quote, it was exactly what I needed. Wow. What this person just said, or what I am just reading, was meant just for me. Now imagine the effects, the ripple effect, the magnitude of a difference an individual can make just because you not only shared your story, but you shared what you have learned. And you're able to develop the courage to dive deep into certain topics that not just anyone is willing to talk about, and are able to share those life experiences. You're able to share those things you have learned. That is how you make a difference. I needed, again, something that was much bigger than me to help me overcome what I was going through. Again, I was in a very depressional state. I was the one who appeared to always be happy, positive, optimistic, always seemed to have his life figured out. On social media, the one who's posting the smiles, the joys, the laughs, spreading the love. That guy was going through a battle that no one knew about. And it got so bad, it led him being on a psychiatric hold. Imagine that. That was me. So there are two takeaways I would really like you to take away from this video. Is one, do not compare your lives to those who post smiles, joys, laughter on social media. Do not compare your lives to someone else's on social media, because behind the screen, when that camera goes off, they too are going through something that they do not speak about. So instead of feeling envious, maybe because of the lifestyle they appear to have, find motivation or inspiration that can help you, that can benefit you in a positive way, that can help you get to a better tomorrow, that can help you not only help yourself, but creates you the desire to help someone else. Again, in a selfless way. And two, you need something to help you get from point A to point B. What that is for you, I don't know. I cannot say this is what you have to do. I can only share what has helped me. And for me, it was creating a website. It was creating a YouTube channel. Excuse me. What can you do to not only help yourself, but what is it that you love, or what is it that ignites that fire within you that can one day, after you endure everything you go through, after you reach that destination or that milestone that you so heartedly desire, right once you get there, what is something that can keep you going, that brings you this endless supply of this passion-driven purpose to help you continue this course of direction of helping others, being of service to others? The one thing I learned very early on in my life is we are not here for ourselves. We are here for others. So those selfish acts that we do, those selfish intentions that we have, it's one, making our lives harder, and two, it's definitely going to make our lives a lot harder for the next life. You need to become selfless. How can I help other people? Everywhere I go, I'm always looking around. I'm always observant, and I'm always looking, how can I help you? How can I assist you? If I see you're alone, I'll acknowledge you. Hey, how's it going? If you're a worker and you're just going on with your day, hey, how's it going? I will acknowledge you. What's your name? Oh, I'm Susan. Hi, I'm Victor. Nice to meet you. That one simple act of kindness, or that one simple act of acknowledgement, can to you, just you simply being nice, or you simply just being nice. But to them, it could be that one thing that makes them want to hold on to one more day. Because again, everybody is going through something. And don't just take my word for it. How many times have you posted something, or even gone outdoors, and you smiled, you appeared to be happy, you appeared to have your life together, you have everything figured out, your life is all sunshine and rainbows to everybody around you? But how many times, once that camera goes off, or once those doors are closed, you're not happy? I learned very early on in my life that the more we can understand our path, and the more that we can endure the things that we must, we not only create the opportunity to change ourselves, but we create the opportunity to become selfless, helping others. Now imagine the magnitude effect that you can have, just you, one individual can have, when you take care of you, you help someone else, and that person helps another. They smile at a stranger. Maybe life is treating them good financially, and they leave a generous tip. They acknowledge someone. They help someone. Maybe they have the opportunity or the time to look to someone and say, hey, how can I help you? Hey, how are you doing? And genuinely be interested in hearing what it is you have to say. That is how we create change. That is how we make a difference. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.